to Too Many Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock Dead P. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.
Top morning to you, my good people. Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. It's your host with the most, Tony Mays. And we are in store for another treat today, man. Uh, last week, a couple of times, you guys mentioned or somebody mentioned the emergency planning or having, good morning, or having a emergency kit and being ready. And so I put together a few things. And this list that I'm gonna give you is really a basic list. And you can go delve, way deeper into this than what it actually is. Um, so if you want to, you can. Uh, hold on. Hey boy, join me this morning. Join me. See, come on, join me this morning. Um, but there are some things that's probably not on this list. Um, that uh, again, you can delve a lot deeper than what's on this list. I just try to capture the basic stuff because even a lot of the basic stuff we tend to forget when you're talking about being uh, prepared in the case of an emergency. And so we need to definitely make sure that we have some type of plan uh, in case of an emergency. And what I'm going to share with you today is probably going to say that you should have about 72 hours worth of emergency supplies, which is 3 days. But I'm going to say you really want to have about 3 weeks. I don't know what this is. Skin my lip pitting. You really want to have about 3 weeks or more, or 3 months, to be honest. But at least 3 weeks is a good start because in the event of an emergency or you guys ain't really got to think back that far. If you look back to the era of COVID, when COVID was really prevalent, people flocked out to the stores. They bought up all the toilet paper, toilet tissue, all the cleaning supplies, food. You couldn't get nothing. And so that generally happens in the first few weeks. And so you don't want to be out there in the hustle and bustle trying to get your stuff at the last minute, trying to get some of these supplies that's going to sustain you. So you don't have to come outside. So you want to make sure you're on point. You already have whatever it is that you need uh, already ready. All right. So before we jump into it, I want to give a shout out, man. I want to shout out my team this morning, man. We had our HR retreat this weekend, and we had a blast, man. It's good sometimes. We got our learning in. We had a dynamic uh, professional person to come in and do some training with us. She was awesome. We did some role playing and stuff like that. It was awesome. And then we got a chance to kind of let our hair down and have a little fun as well. So shout out to my team, man. They were wonderful this weekend. All right. All right. So let's jump on into it. See if you can join us, man. Um in fact, let me extend this. Uh, and this is called emergency preparedness plan. Um, and I think most of us, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say a lot of us never even think about this. We don't have a clue. We don't think about what it is that um, may or may not happen in the event of an emergency. It's just really not on our it's not on our plan. And so, we don't we don't really think about the stuff that we may or may not need in the event something happens. And so uh I always tell people like, look, have some kind of plan of action in place. So like I mentioned last week, my children and people that know me know, if something pop off and it's crazy, get to my house. Get to bring what you can bring. Grab some clothes, some blankets, some food, ammo, whatever, and get to my house. Get to grab what you can grab. If you can't grab it, just come on. We're gonna try to make it work. But try to get the what you can get. So, but how many of you are actually telling your family members or kids, hey, where are we meeting up at in the event of emergency? Something pop off. Where are we gonna meet up at? And who's on that list? Of people that's in your circle that you want to show up, because you know you don't want to be in a situation where um you're kind of out there um trying to figure out where your loved ones is, because a lot of times if something go down, uh and I don't want to paint like the most horrible picture, but communications is normally the first thing that go down. So you might not be able to use cell phones if there's some kind of signal blocking device put out there. You might not be able to use cell phones. So trying to call your loved ones and see where they at may not work. So for you to tell them, hey, look, get to my house. When it pop off, if something pop off, get to the house, or I'm gonna come to your house, or whatever. Uh, especially if the kids, and then or if the kids are away at school. So if they're away at school, what you gonna do? Especially if they're hours away from you, you're gonna try to hop in your car and drive through a war zone, to get to them. Some people probably would say, yeah, if that's my child, I'm gonna do that. uh or are you saying, hey, you get to Auntie Susie house, she 30 minutes away, get there, get to Uncle Bo house, or somebody house where they can be, where you can know that they're okay. So uh I think it's essential that we have some type of plan in place, that would allow us, in the case of an emergency, to kind of to kind of get to where we need to be, and check on people. Good morning, Paulette. Good morning, Loretta. So again, these are some of these are some really basic things, but again, we don't think about these things. We don't think about some of these things. So uh water probably need to be on everybody's list. If it ain't on your list, you might want to put water on your list. um 1 gallon per person per day, um minimum of 3 days. So that said, I told you this presentation is gonna really talk about 72 hours, but I'm telling you, have about 3 weeks minimum stored up of supplies and stuff. But again, this presentation talks more like kind of like an immediate, maybe a smaller emergency that's gonna last a couple of days. Probably like the time that we had kind of like the water situation in Memphis, where we had to, and then everybody was buying up all the water. Same with COVID. But you want to make sure you have some water. So start getting you some gallons, getting you some cases of water, and just stacking them up. Find your area that that you don't maybe want to stick it in your living room. Everybody come over see. Well, stick it in a place that you can put it in, and maybe start up. Don't stick it out in the garage in the heat. A lot of people do this. Unless you have a temperature control garage. If you have a temperature control garage, then it's fine. You can put water out there. But a lot of times people put water in them hot garages. No, it's not temperature control. You're gonna stick 10 cases of water out there. I wouldn't recommend that at all. Also, and with the water, you want to get some purification tablets or some portable filters. Um, Amazon has these. There are a lot of places that have these portable filters where you can get these filters and you pour water. It's kind of like a strainer, and it strains. So get those. And if you got like gallons of water, you're gonna be having something that's gonna be catching maybe rainwater or whatever. You want to kind of purify. You get those purification tablets that you can throw in there to kind of purify, and then still have some kind of filtration system as well on there. Um, then also look at some collapsible or sturdy containers for storage. I go to Walmart. Walmart got these big, huge, I think they 72. I'm gonna have to go out there and look. They might be 72 gallon. They might be bigger than 72 gallon. But they big. I get the biggest ones. They some clear ones. They big, huge, and they got tops that go on them. And I also bought these. I can tell y'all what these are right now. Um, I have some. Yeah, so these other ones I have are 45 gallon. They're 45 gallon. Um, and they're huge. I just bought these other day. These ones are not the plastic ones. They're blue, and they're big, huge 45 gallon, and you can put a lot of stuff in them. And so you can get those and maybe stock them up in your garage and put some stuff in them. Again, if you got a temperature controlled garage, I would say stock this stuff up. If you don't have a temperature controlled garage, you might not want to stock some of this stuff, but find your area in your house where you can put this. All right. Thanks, Joseph. So you want water. You want to make sure you have some water for sure. That's non-negotiable. Get your water. I actually have some purification tablets in my Amazon cart right now. And then this list right here, I got a PDF too that I can probably, if somebody wants to, you can inbox me and I can email it to you, or I can upload it in Messenger. But it's a PDF of the same stuff that I'm talking about. Is just a list of all these things. Um, but on my Amazon cart, I actually have some purification tabs, and I'm gonna tell you the name of them. They are called. Actually, I got the filters too. I got some five. I got the high capacity emergency water straw filters, and I got some AquaTab um, 397 milligram water purification tablets, and I also got some portable aqua water purification tablets with the PA plus in them. And so I got a couple of different kind of straws in there, but these are some straws, and these straws you can use these straws, these purification straws, over and over again. Um, and the one has 5 high capacity emergencies, and they're good to filter up to 1,800 gallons of water. And they're good for camping, hiking, traveling, survival, emergencies, etc. They don't have an expiration date on them, so they're perfect. If you're trying to hold on to something like that, they don't have an expiration date. So when you're trying to get, everything that you buy, you won't be able to find stuff that does not have an expiration date. But a lot of things do. When you're talking about emergency and survival, they may actually have some things that either have a longer shelf life or just don't have a expiration date at all. So that's what you want to look at. All right. The next thing you want to look at is food, having some food stored up. You want to have some canned goods, meat, beans, vegetables, soups, um, some dried staples like rice, pasta, oats, lentils, freeze dried meals for or emergency ration. That's what I have. I have like those freeze dried meals, uh, and you can buy those again through like Amazon, a place like that. And most of them have either a 25-year or a 30-year shelf life, which is good. Peanut butter, nuts, protein bars, dried fruit, and you want to have you a manual can opener. I know them electric can openers look good, y'all. Them electric can openers, they got some nice ones. You just stick a can under there, the can spin around and cut it open. But if your power go out, you ain't gonna be, or if you got limited power supply, you ain't finna be using it on no can opener. So get you a manual can opener, maybe a couple of them. They don't cost that much, and stick them in your kit so you would have them. Stick them in there with your canned goods so you would have them. So canned goods and a lot of canned goods, and I can tell you like this. Some people throw canned goods away because they be like, well, I done had this stuff 6 years and the expiration date then went out on it. I'm gonna tell you right now, if there's an emergency situation going on and food is in scarce supply, them canned goods and fruit, whatever you had that was in there that you talking about expert, you ain't gonna eat that. And it probably ain't gonna be gone bad. It probably won't even be bad at all. Good morning, brother.
What's up, bro?
You make sure that, have you thought about this, Clarence? Like actually having an emergency kit and getting, making having some kind of prepared plan, evacuation plan and stuff like that for your family.
Yes, sir. We coming to Memphis. ASAP Rocky. Yes.
But
Yes.
what if
We,
you
we
can't get to Memphis?
bro, we gonna get there. I don't ain't no what if. We getting there, fam. We getting there. We loading up. We got mad man, listen. We got mad waters, we got batteries, we got flashlights, we got we getting there, man. I couldn't imagine it going down and I not be with my family. No, bro, we there, fam. And
Okay, but the what if? What
what if?
if you can't get here? Do
Then
you
we
have an
said
alternate plan?
we
Well,
setting
you
up
telling
shop.
maybe all the kids, make sure y'all at the house,
Yeah,
come, because I know up there y'all got bases and stuff, so you can really hold it down. You
correct.
know, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
have that. That sound good getting to Memphis, but y'all 9 hours away.
man. I get there in 7.5. You hear me? Ain't worry about no speed limit when it's going down.
All right, so y'all heard it from him. He getting here. He already know what it is.
Man, locked
But
and
but
loaded,
make
bro.
sure you have like the water and food are those are basics. If
Yeah,
you ain't got water and food, you already hurting yourself.
yeah. We got mad. Like just so many jugs of water. My son get tired of bringing them downstairs. Like we got cases of that junk. Yeah.
Water, that's definitely good.
Yep.
Uh, I gotta get back. I got the freeze dry foods, with I think that mine is a 30-year shelf life, but I want to get more canned goods. I want to have two big giant containers full of nothing but canned goods and non-perishables.
Yeah,
That way I know, because I keep saying this presentation here talks more from the case, or emergency, or from like a 72 hours, but you want to be more than 3 days prepared.
for sure.
You know, I say a minimum of 3 weeks. If you can go 3 months, I'm shooting for the 3 to 6 month, because those gonna be the more critical times if something happens. That 3 to 6 month is gonna be critical, and if
Yeah,
you can
because the
get through
panic gonna
that,
be official.
yeah, and then you know you can always, if it depending on what the emergency look like and who you got with you, you can always do some recon and go out there and gather more supplies. But I don't want to have nothing and be out there trying to gather supplies.
You're right.
I want
That's
to
time.
build what I already have,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So water and food, we know those are priorities, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Shelter and warmth. We don't think about this stuff, y'all. Emergency blankets. Just having some more blankets and stuff on hand, Because what's happened, like again, if you don't have power and you're in the winter months, you got to still keep cool. I mean, warm. You want sleeping bags. People don't think about this. Sleeping bags, thermal blankets. We got sleeping bags. We got tents. What if I gotta sit up a tent because I'm trapped in the woods somewhere for an extended period of time? Tents. We got tents, tarps, ropes. This is stuff that you don't really think about. So make sure you have plenty warm clothing, waterproof layers, tents, tarps, ropes, sleeping bags, thermal. So if you stay in a house and you don't have a storage house, and preferably one that's temperature control, you want to get you a storage house, because you're gonna have to store you some of this stuff that I'm talking about. You're not gonna, unless you have a basement area like maybe Clarence and they got a basement where they can actually store stuff up in the basement.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a basement area like that, or something built exclusively, or a room exclusively dedicated to this, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. So make sure you're trying to get the things that you need, because I guarantee you I'm finna hit something over these next slides that you're gonna be like, I ain't think about that. Dang, I need to get that. I got to get that. And some of you may not even have an emergency kit or emergency or be emergency prepared at all. And this is something that put it on your mind. How to look, boy, you already you jumping ahead of me. How to tie knots, how to start a fire. Get you a box of them old, or get you, they got the flint rock, the little things. I got this thing that ignites. You just click with your hand and it ignites, you know. And you might have to do that to ignite some leaves or paper or bush or some or dried grass or something to set a fire. So
I got like 5 different survival books on deck right now that I ordered off the shop, man, teaching
yep.
you outside survivals, how to start your own garden, how to set up booby traps to protect your perimeters and all. I got books on deck. My wife thought I was crazy, but she
No, no,
see stuff getting wild, man, and we
yeah.
need that information. Like, you need to know that.
This stuff is out here. It's out here every day. You can buy it. And I said I was going. There were a couple ones that I was looking at, and one of them was really good. You might say if you got 5 of them, you probably got one of the ones I'm talking about. And we might have to put the links up there where you got them from, because I know TikTok Shop has them, but a lot of people on here maybe not be on TikTok. The TikTok Shop has them. You can search survival books. I got one inside my cart right now that I just hadn't ordered yet. But Joseph said, like having an axe. Having an axe. What if you got to chop some firewood or chop a tree down?
Mm-hmm.
You might not go out there and have gas to start up your chainsaw. It'd be cool if you have gas, but you might not have gas to go out there and start up your chainsaw.
And I want to use it for that. You want to just say that
Yeah.
gas for something else.
And you got to think about this. If you're trying to be quiet, and not alert people that where you are, you might not want to just be out there. Oh, they got gas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over there, because people will try to take what you have because they weren't prepared.
Oh, most
And,
definitely.
and I don't ever want to be in that situation where I'm out here trying to take something from somebody else because I wasn't prepared. All right. Lighting and power. Flashlights with spare batteries. And the thing about your batteries is, y'all know how these batteries do. If you're storing up batteries and stuff like that, they will go bad on you. You can see them. So make sure you just, over a period of time, you just switch out your batteries. Make sure you keep fresh batteries. Because ever so often we go through my kit and I look at my batteries, they looking funny. I toss them. I go buy some brand new batteries. But make sure you got D batteries, C batteries, AA, AAA, 9 volt.
Mm-hmm.
Headlamps, like the lights that you like the little band, got a little headlight. Make sure you keep you some of those hands free, in case you ever have to, like you're out in the yard or something or whatever, you got to dig, and you can't hold the light and dig at the same time.
Right.
Solar power lanterns are good. I bought a couple of those, and they actually run off solar panel. They have like a little solar panel on them, and they run off batteries. So portable chargers and power banks. So if you don't have like and everybody might not have no gas power generator or solar, if you can find you a solar power generator, that would be cool. If you can find you a solar power, or if you can find one that works off gas and solar power, would be cool. They generally the ones that work off gas and solar power, depending on how many watts they're generating. And you want something, because I do have a big gas generator. That but they generators can be pretty loud. you know and again, if you're trying not to attract attention to you, um like I have two gas generators. I have two smaller gas generators that's virtually quiet. You can't even hear them, but they're smaller generators, but they will power up like your refrigerator and stuff in your house. But they're just smaller generators and quiet, super quiet. And that's what I'm talking about. Or like I said, you get the solar panel ones that you can click on, that operates off solar panel. But
Just for your
candles,
just for your phone right here. Little
yeah,
solar
yeah,
power board.
yeah, yeah. I got a
Like
one. Them is
this.
smaller though. I got a smaller
Yeah.
one that's got the big solar panel on the front, but it also you can charge it up to. I got like two or three of those that
Yeah.
I had got off the TikTok shop. Um, Candles, waterproof matches, and lighter. I know that might sound weird. Why would I need some waterproof matches? I'm gonna tell you like this: you rather to have them and not need them than to need them and not have
Yep.
them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You would definitely rather have them. Craig said emergency radios, first aid, stock up meds to help. Yeah, I'm y'all jumping ahead of me. Y'all jumping ahead of me, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Um, a turning wheel radio. You definitely want a radio
Got one
that's
of
not
them.
not a digital radio.
Right.
You
Little
want a
crankshaft
radio.
board.
Yeah, you want one of them. I actually bought one. I bought two of them. Um, that the old style radios. You want something that you can still kind of try to that you can dial in and get some frequency, and not try to let me hit the button and see if it's gonna zoom and catch up. Nah, you don't want them. They might not work at all. Want the old. Matter of fact, the John I got is I'm sorry, is a crank. You crank it
Yep.
up, then it work. Yeah, I got a
With the
couple of.
flashlight.
Yep, yep, yep. All right. You want a complete first aid kit. Complete first aid kit. So they sell. Amazon got all kinds. You got the big 300 and some piece medical kit. Like we got two or three. We got two or three first aid kits.
Yeah.
You want a first aid kit. You want to try to get you a couple of and then you have to kind of rotate these out too. Fire extinguishers, little small home fire extinguishers.
Mm.
Um, Prescriptions. If you are on medication, try to have you at least a 90-day or a 6 month supply of medication. I know, like with my doctor, uh, sometimes he'll prescribe me medication for 6 months, but a lot of times the pharmacies won't let you, or I don't know if it's the pharmacies or the actual insurance carriers that pay for them, they won't let you get more than a 90-day supply. And so I think that's why this thing is saying have you at least a 90-day supply, if possible, of your prescription medicines. The over-counter stuff, pain relievers, antihistamines, anti-diarrhea meds, because uh, anti-diarrhea is really important, because if you're in a situation where you're eating off the land or having to drink water and stuff off the land, it can give you diarrhea if you run across the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you run across the wrong thing, you're gonna need some of that. Hand sanitizer, soaps, disinfectants. Man, we was buying hand sanitizer by the big jugs. Soaps and disinfectants. You don't think about that, but stuff like that gonna be like a high, man. Like people gonna be looking for it. Man, they got soap over there. Ooh,
Right.
they got some disinfectant. They got hand sanitizer. Stuff. This stuff people gonna folk will kill you for. And I got the gas mask, like they talking about like the regular N95 mask, but I got actual gas masks that you
I got
pull over.
7 of them babies on deck right now, still in the box, ready to
I don't
go.
have 7. I think I have 5 because I was just thinking about me and the kids. So
Right,
I got a
exactly.
grandbaby now, so I gotta get a smaller one. I
Mhm.
gotta get a small kids one. I gotta get a couple of small kids ones. But yeah, make sure you got the mask. Keep batteries for show, Craig. Power stations. All of that. And someone in your emergency group needs to be CPR certified. That would definitely help. But again, a lot of these survival books and stuff talks about that, and it kind of walks you through, even if you haven't been certified, how to perform like some emergency techniques and stuff on people. So um and CPR is really not that difficult, but you may want to have one of those like defibrillator type things. They sell like the little small ones that just shock you. Just you might want to get you one of them. Tools and supplies. You want to have a multi-tool or a Swiss Army knife or just a lot of tools like me.
Hey,
Duct tape. I keep like the big uh trash bags, like the big commercial trash bags for like work sites and stuff like that. Plastic sheeting, work gloves, a whistle for signaling. You know, you can get you a whistle. I never really thought I got a whistle, but I never thought about a whistle for signaling. If you're trying to signal someone, that would be cool as well. Being able to have something like that. I hope this stuff is helping y'all, man, because this is good information.
for sure.
Communication. When you're talking about having an evacuation plan or exit strategy, or having your go bag ready, or whatever your exit plan or exit strategy is, it should include some battery powered or crank radio, emergency radios, walkie talkies. See, if you don't have walkie talkies, back here a while ago, I shared this with y'all. I bought the rapid radio, and it works kind of like the Nextel radio, and I also have some long range walkie talkies as well.
Yeah.
The long range walkie talkies, I tested them. They good for about a little over a mile, which is pretty good. They good for a little over a mile. But the rapid radios that I bought, we were in Miami and talking to my daughter back in Memphis on them loud and clear. So, and there's no um subscription you have to pay on them, but there is a annual renewal for like you having your radio being in whatever group you have. It's like a annual $50 fee, which is ain't crap. That's good. Um, and we can talk. Man, I could talk if Clarence had one. Like we could literally, like he can buy them now. He can go on there and buy the rapper rating, and they're not cheap. I think they're about $300 a piece, something like that, $200-300 a
Okay.
piece. But you can buy them, and when you buy them, it'll ask you to set up a group, or you can set up a group, or you can add to somebody's group already. So like if he wanted to add to my group, he can add to my group, and they'll put his lines in my group, and he can communicate. We can communicate directly with each other in the group.
Rapid radio.
Yep, rapid radio. Let me see if I can pull it up. Now I'll show y'all what they look like. Cause mine out there in the car. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let me take this down. I'm gonna take this slide down for a second, and I'm gonna share my screen. But these are the rapid radios.
Okay.
And actually, I see they got 4 now. You can buy 4 for $6.99, which is a really good deal. So you basically getting them for like what's it, about 4, 7, about 150 a piece, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get 4 of them. And these are long range. When I tell you, you see they got the 2-pack. I had bought the 2-pack about me and Monica, and I said I was gonna go back and get some more for the kids and all them. But they got the 4-pack, 6-pack, and they kind of, if you remember, like the old Nextel systems. But I don't think with Nextel you had to pay, on them. Yeah, Craig, you and your daddy need these because y'all all over the country. You all over the country driving, and if cell phone system go down, you'll be able to use these.
So if the grid go down, they'll still work.
As far as I know, because people, when they had the emergency wildfires and all that stuff in California, there were people from Florida that had people in California that were trying to reach out to their people, and they were really all over the country. There was testimonies all over how they would still be able to reach. So I don't know if like the total thing go down. I'm not sure how they will work. But right now, you see on there, they tell you nationwide. I tried to actually see how far they would go. We tried to use it while we was in Bimini, but we couldn't get a signal. So
Oh,
yeah, it didn't let us go as far as Bimini, Bahamas. But yeah, but from Miami to Memphis, it worked. It's loud and clear. So um, they are something good to have. Yeah.
I'm gonna lock that in.
So make sure you have, again, your Barry powered or crank Barry powered or crank radio, emergency radios, walkie talkies, or CB radios, or just have a backup prepaid phone if possible. Just one of them little uh we used to call them trap phones.
Mm-hmm.
Throwaway junk, burner junk. Uh, just in case you need to, or because sometimes even if a cell system go down. Maybe not all cell systems will go down. Maybe T-Mobile may go down, but your little prepaid phone might be on another whole service, So you might still be able to at least reach out to somebody. Most of this is for home. What about small traveling kits? Yeah, well, you now all this stuff can be travel as well. You just can break your travel kit down and as a go bag, or because you might not be able to stick a big trunk like this in a small car, these big 45-gallon trunks. So you have what they call a go bag, and generally it's maybe like a suitcase or something that you got some stuff that you can take care of right then, and maybe throw you some water in the car, stuff like that. You're not going to be able to put all this stuff like we be talking about in the car, but having a go bag, if you got to get on down, like Cuz said, Clarence said he coming this way. He gonna have to pack up both their trucks and all that stuff with the stuff he talking about bring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna have to be, let's move right now, because he can't wait until, let me see what it's gonna look like. Now he got to, soon he sees something looking like it pop out, he gonna have to pack up then and head
You
this
gotta
way.
go. Yep.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be no, because you ain't gonna have time. And then you don't know what you're gonna counter on the road. So you got to be, you might want to stick you a couple of 5-gallon full gas cans in there. So you ain't gotta stop. You can just, you gotta stop to put it in there, but
Yeah.
you ain't pulling up. You can stop in a remote place somewhere, put your gas in and keep rolling. I keep 5-gallon gas cans full, because you never know. But yeah, you definitely need to have you a go bag. Definitely. Important documents. Make sure you got some, because depending on what kind of emergency and how stuff looks like, it may be people checking, trying to see if who you say you are. Make sure you got your IDs, copy of insurance, medical records, waterproof fire bag for storage. That's if you on the road or at the house. You might have a fireproof safe at the house. If you don't have a fireproof safe or a fireproof bag at the house, storage bag for your important documents, you in violation anyway.
Mm.
You're in violation. Yeah, they do sell portable toilets, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, if I'm on a run, I ain't packing no portable. I'm trying to get something. I can stoop in the bushes.
Man, listen.
I can stoop in the bushes. You that portable toilet gonna take up some space. They got the portable toilet buckets, but that might take up some space. I could put another gallon of water in the space, a couple gallons or something in the space of that portable toilet. So I'm just saying. Now you can do your portable toilet you want to, but I can squat. I squat. Yeah. See, in the military, we've been out in the bush. We've experienced it all. Hygiene and sanitation. Toilet paper. You want to have some toilet paper. You want to have some toilet paper. Unless you're gonna be find you some newspaper or some leaves. And I can tell you leaves and toilet paper is not soft at all. It's not. You get a leaf and wipe it up there and get some bacteria on there. Well, yeah. Anyway, feminine supplies, like we keep all that stuff kind of stocked up too. Soap, toothbrush, toothpaste. Last thing you want to be doing is cooped up in a house with a whole bunch of folk and y'all stinking and breath stinking.
Man, listen.
What Phyllis just talked about, a portable toilet or bucket with liners. If you're at the house and you stranded and you don't have no flushable water, ain't too many people gonna be pouring they drinking water down the toilet to flush no toilet.
Nah.
I'm tell you that right now. If you in one of them situations, you is not finna take your good drinking water to pour down the toilet to help flush the toilet. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, we already talked about that, right? And we already talked about the food. So I do have a let me see. I'm gonna take this down for a second. I do have a list that has the exact same stuff on it that I can send to somebody. It's basically an emergency supply checklist and guidelines. It talks about the water, food, shelter, all this stuff, communication, important documents, all this stuff. So I can send that to you. And this has a basic list, but it still has some stuff on there. Even though it's a basic list, it has some stuff on there that a lot of people don't normally think about. Also, in addition to that those document stuff, you want to have some small bills and stuff. Small cash and small bills, some paper maps. Hey, get you a good map,
For
paper
sure.
map. Man, GPS might not work for you.
Right.
GPS might not work for you if you have small babies or pets and stuff like that. You got to think about having food for your pets and water for your pets. You got to think about having formulas and stuff for your baby. This is all stuff that you need to think about. But you definitely need to have a local map. Have your local map of your area, and also like a US map, a good US map that you can look at. Pen and paper or something that you can leave a message or a note for somebody. Like if you know wherever situation you in and you told people to meet you there, and you know you got to move on to another location because that location's been kind of compromised. See if you can leave a note. Tools or repair. Again, making sure you have your tools, the manual can openers and that good stuff. And I'm reading from another list. Eyeglasses, hearing aids, Medicaid sunscreen. Yeah. So just make sure you have those things. So that you won't be caught slipping, caught with your pants down. So portable toilet or bucket with liners. I know a lot of times they sell these for when you go out camping. A lot of people don't want to go. Women, I ain't going to use it in no bush. So they take their little portable buckets with the liners, and it's cool. That's but you still got to dispose of the liner. Security and self-defense. Have you some. Okay, I was gonna say, they better have some firearm ammunition on here. But yeah, pepper spray. If you feel like you're gonna be out in the bush and may run across some bears, get you some bear spray. That bear spray is good.
Yeah.
It'll keep them at bay. So get you some pepper spray, bear spray, firearms and ammunition. If you know you can shoot, I would say even if you can't, you want it at the house because somebody may show up, a family member that can shoot. Sturdy locks, extra keys. I have a lot of extra wood stored up, so if I need to board the windows or the doors, stuff like that. I just said, babe, she came right on time. Yeah, but I got like extra wood and stuff, like in case I have to board up the doors, windows, or whatever. Because and you don't want to board them up from the outside, because if you board them up from the outside, they just come and snatch them down. But you board them up from the inside, then you can kind of control how what flows in and out. One of the things I kind of like about my house is my house going all these different directions, and I got 3 access points in my house. And so with 3 access points, I can literally like I could probably have 2, 3, 4, 5. I could probably at least have 6 families in my house and say, hey, this your area, you guard this area, you protect this area, the way my house is set up. And which is cool for me, because long as that's why I said more people I got, more people protecting the different angles.
Just keep them out my room, man.
Just keep them out your room. You got that room. You got that one protected. Cash and barter items. You want to have some extra stuff. You might have to trade. Somebody might have more of something than what you have, and you might have more of something than what somebody else have. So, if cash is still an item and you got small bills that you could trade with somebody, or other tradable items like batteries, lighters, coins, something that you can trade with somebody, you got to have some stuff you can barter with. You need some stuff you can barter with. And again, this is not an exhaustive list. This is just this count. A lot of this stuff is basic stuff that a lot of times we still don't even think about, basic or not. Lavelle said I mentioned a whistle, but would a bullhorn be too much to have? I would say a bullhorn is kind of, yeah, because like I said, if you're in a situation where you're trying not to, get an attention because you don't want to attract anybody to what you have, a bullhorn is kind of loud. See, a whistle, it might just be a quick blow, and they trying to figure out where the whistle coming from. But you guys know because y'all got a whistle signal or whatever, But a bullhorn, I think, might be just a little bit too much, unless you out in the wilderness and you trying to scare something off. You got a bullhorn. I don't know, but
how this man's in the comments, bro?
he at the dentist.
Oh, okay. What the?
With everything you have, Phyllis said, people are going to be begging and want to buy. So let me be perfectly clear. With everything I have, I also have a whole bunch of weapons and ammo. So I'm gonna protect what I have. So you can be crazy if you want to, and I can shoot. So, anywho, but I'm also smart enough to know that I need to have some stuff that I might need to barter with. Like, I'm not gonna barter with my food or my water, but if I got a whole bunch of extra batteries, or batteries for items that I don't even have, you know, I got C batteries, but I don't have nothing that work off run off C batteries. You know what I'm saying? If I got a lot of that, and then they might have a radio that works off C batteries that I could trade with for something else that they have, then yeah, for sure. You definitely want to put yourself in a situation where you can be able to trade. Then it might be food itself. Like, they might have a certain kind of food that you don't have, and you got more of that, and you can trade off food. So you can trade food for food, but I wouldn't trade food for something else, you know. Yeah, we already talked about that. Tents, sleeping bags, comforters, warm blankets and stuff, warm clothes, waterproof stuff, tarps, tents, all of that. Special needs, baby supplies, formula, diapers, wipes, pet supplies, food, medication, carrier, mobility aids, hearing aids, and batteries. No, these are special needs that you might not even think about. You might not even think about some of these things. Evacuation plan and gathering place. I said it. Make sure you got an evacuation plan and a gathering place. Choose a primary and secondary clearance. We know what your primary
Okay.
is, but have your secondary just in case. So have your primary and secondary gathering place, a place that you can go to. Ensure everyone knows the address and the directions, or alternate. And like I said, have a paper map so they can get the alternate direction. That's what I think about my kids, just some paper maps of the local. In this case, they have to, you know, try to rely on a map. Identify at least 2 exit routes from your home and neighborhood. So right now, out of my neighborhood, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 6 or 7 different ways to get out of my neighborhood right now. But we have to identify those things. Designate an out-of-town contact for communication, and practice your evacuation plan at least twice a year. Now, a lot of us, you know, probably don't do that or won't do that, but it's still good to know what the evacuation plan is, or where you will need to go, how you will need to get there. And again, this list that I put up is not an exhaustive list. It's not a list that because there are some things that you could probably think of that's not on this list, but it's good. Having, like Clarence said, having one of those survival books, because even if you don't have certain supplies, that some of those survival books tell you where you can gather certain things, how you can, man, it'll show you a whole lot of MacGyver type stuff, how you
You
can
want me
take
to show them to you, Tom?
yeah, if you got them, you can put
Yeah,
them on
hold
the,
on. Give
yeah,
me one
you
second.
can put them on the screen, at least read the name of them. If you can read the name of them, that would be cool too. So he's getting his books. Um, and then let me see. I'm gonna go to my TikTok because I had one in my kit. Uh, I had one in mine as well. All right. Let's see here. I got so much stuff in my thing. I got some more hand crank. They got a hand crank solar radio for $19. It was $38. So it's on the TikTok shop right now for 1979. It's 1974. So that's good too for y'all who thinking about that. Here it go. No Grid. It's called, this one is called No Grid Survival Projects. And it has all these different kind of like living off the grid things that you can do to kind of live and survive off the grid. That's one.
Yo, all right. Here go my little hand crank boy.
All right, the hand crank radio, okay, with the
Yeah.
flashlight on it, and emergency light, got the little
Nah.
red beeper lights on it.
Okay. I got this jump right here. Hold on. Can I flip my camera? Okay, here we go.
Okay, home of apothec. What is it? 250 what? Powerful remedies. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so that's
It's
like
like
medicine and stuff. How to
all
create medicines and stuff.
yeah, herbal stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And I got the Navy
Bug
SEAL
in
bug
guy,
in
Navy
guide.
SEAL
This
bug in guy. Okay, okay.
is how you hold your house down. You got that
Oh,
junk. And I got the holistic. This is another herbal where you
yeah, trying to be,
live off
yep,
your
yep,
land.
yep.
See what weeds and
Plants
stuff
and
you can
stuff.
eat and
Yeah,
what you can't
yeah.
eat and I got this junk.
Yeah, that's kind of like the one I just pulled up in my. Let me see. It might be the same one. No, this one is green. Yours, and it's probably the same one. It's in the no grid
It
survival
might
pro.
be the color though.
Yeah, it just could be the color, right?
Yep. Then I got this baby right here.
The self-sufficient backyard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So as you guys can see, there are a lot of things that we can use um to really put ourselves in a situation to win if we're ever um, in that kind of situation. Um, and so you definitely want to. I don't know by him mentioning some of the stuff he just mentioned. It just popped up on my feed right here. But go to y'all check out some of this stuff on the TikTok shop.
Yeah, man.
TikTok shop, Amazon, Temu. If you want to get stuff like at a really good price, Temu, TikTok Shop, Amazon, you can really put together a nice little emergency um, kit, survival kit. And again, we got one, two, three, four. We got five of these big old containers, and we still don't have everything we need. So that's what I'm telling you. Like, you got to have some storage space because it's this stuff will store up real quick. Like, and you got to be able to access it to be able to go through there. Now, well, when we cleaned out our last ones, did we label the containers, Mona? I don't know if we actually labeled the containers or we just put stuff that we knew that was like that coincide with one another in one container. Um, I think we probably need to label them as to what's in them, so we don't have to when we searching, we don't have to just be searching for all the different stuff. We need to label what's in them. I'm getting one with solar charging as well. You getting one what with solar charge? They actually have like blankets, battery operated blankets. Uh, yeah, I thought we just grouped the items, but we need to probably still write on the container, put something on the container, and get with some duct tape to what's in them, so we wouldn't have to just open up each container just trying to see what's in them. So let me clock this tea with my girl, man, so we can get out of here, bro.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what time it is. Put them phones down, fingers up. It's time to clock that tea with your girl, Queen Watkins. I hope y'all are having an amazing morning. But y'all know what time it is. Time to clock that tea. Have y'all seen the video of the young lady that passed away at the age of 14 due to her mom allowing her to get some adult surgeries? Yeah, let's talk about it. So, this little girl and her mom, they're from Mexico, and the mom is separated from the biological dad, so she decided to get her a boyfriend. That's normal, right? The boyfriend was a doctor, and the type of doctor he was a like to do the BBLs and liposuction, make your titties big, that type of doctor. Okay, so the mom with her slow it, the mom she decided to allow her boyfriend to do those surgeries on her 14-year-old daughter.
Wow.
Let's pause. Why you didn't take your big grown ass and do these surgeries? Why did you use your daughter's body for these surgeries? And she's 14 years old. What? The only thing that could logically make sense, maybe, is a breast reduction from a child, not even 14. I mean, get a little bit older, but the breast reduction due to, I have heard, I don't know about it, as y'all can see. I don't know too much about it, but I've heard that um, they backs and stuff be hurting real bad if their boobs was just like overly big, right? So any type of surgery at the age of 14, please. What was even on your mind? What was even on your mind? And this was to add boobs to her, a liposuction, and make her booty big. Yeah, this little girl was 14. And from the picture that I seen, this little girl was petite, itty bitty. So what are you trying to do? Live your life through your daughter? Let's just continue with the story. So she allowed this man to do these surgeries. So sadly, the baby did not make it out of surgeries.
Mm.
She passed away.
Wow.
Now, the father didn't know nothing about this. So the mom told to him that she passed away due to COVID-19. So the death certificate stated she had a respiratory illness. So the father, of course, sadly, he accepted it and moved forward, right? So they get to the funeral, and some of the family members noticed that the baby boobs was a lot bigger than what they were. So the dad was kind of looking, and the grandma, and they was like, that is true. Like, why is her titties bigger? Right? I don't remember them being that size. So the dad went to the mom and was like, hey, what's going on? The mom is acting delusional, like she don't know what's going on, what didn't happen, or none of that. So the daddy put his daddy pants on, told everybody to leave at the funeral besides him, the grandmother, and his sister-in-law. And they examine her body out and they see the scars from the surgery and everything. So they took pictures of everything and, of course, got a lawyer. The dad is so smart. Sometimes people always say, oh, let the child go with the mom, with the band, whatever, whatever. Sometimes they might need to be with their daddy because of dumb stuff like these. But anyway, so he took the pictures and all and seen that, she actually had surgery. He had the proof. So he finally got proof that the baby got a BBL, liposuction, and a breast implant. Why would you do all that to that baby?
At 14?
Man.
They have not said the mother or the boyfriend is in jail yet. But I hope Mexico laws put their ass right in jail. But the thing about it is, in Mexico, there's no age limit to having surgeries. No age limit at all. So this lady and this man actually might get off. That's devastating. All right, y'all, that's all the tea that I have today. Make sure y'all tune in to 2 Minutes, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. sharp. And don't forget to stay tuned for your girl, Queen Watkins Clock that tea. Y'all, November is right around the corner, guys. Please, please, please send in your donations, y'all. November the 22nd is the day. If you are ordering offline, go ahead and do it now. Let everything get here on time. If you want to send in donations, please, please, please scan the flyer, y'all. Anything counts, anything matters. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dang.
Hey man, one more time, man. I want to throw the rapid radios up there for those who didn't see the rapid radios. These are kind of like the old Nextel radios. They are nationwide. You can use these. They are not cheap. Uh, there is an annual $50. They call it a renewal, I guess, just to have your phone under your little group plan or whatever. But it's $50 per radio annually, which ain't nothing. And there's no subscription, there's no monthly subscription or nothing like that. But these are pretty good, man. Again, me and my wife, we talked to my daughter from Miami, and she was in Memphis, and they sound like she was right in the same. We were in the same room with her.
Sweet.
That's how clear it was. So you can get these, check them out, man. You need to communicate across the country with your people, man. In the case of emergency or something, here it is. Clarence need to get them so you can add them to our group.
For sure.
Yeah, so we can add them to the group, man. But yeah, that's what's up, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Lavelle had a dentist appointment today, couldn't be on. But man, thank God C man was able to jump on here, man, and fill in. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
It's a life investment. That's exactly what it is. All of these things really that we talked about today, that's a life investment, man. You're investing in your life and the life of your loved ones because you want to make sure everybody is good. I hope that's your ultimate goal. If you the head of the household, you want to make sure all your people are good. So thank you guys for tuning in, man. We appreciate you guys. Let us pray. God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for another opportunity just to be able to come and share. Oh God, we pray now for all of those with duty bound, and pray for those who are sick, shut in, convalescent homes, behind prison walls, Lord, and those that don't know you in the pardon of their own sins. We pray now that you would grant our listeners their heart's desire, whatever it is, oh God. We pray now that you would just continue to bless and uplift, that you would make this show be what you would have it to be, oh God. We thank you for the connections, oh God. We thank you for all of those who continue to support this show. And God, we thank you. We love you. And it's in Jesus' name that we pray and ask these things. Thank God and amen. All right, man. We will see you guys tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat place. 2 Men in Hats. Let's talk about it.
It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock, Dead, He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Minute Hats podcast.